Hey, it's Krista, the Relationship Chef here, and I'm so glad you're here for this video. We are going to be making a Thai red curry chicken. Oh, so good. Chef's kiss, wonderful. I hope that you will come over to school and check out my community if you want more cooking tips, some relationship tips. I talk about all those things that are really important to us. Good food, great relationships, love, travel, all the fun things. You can find me at school. My community is called The Relationship Chef. I'd love to have you there and see a little bit more about what it is that I share. And if you want to know something really exciting that I'm working on right now, it's my Chef's Table Culinary Adventures. It's a couples retreat in Europe, a week of amazing food and not so touristy sites. So check me out, check my community out, and let's get into cooking. I'm a little bit late. I apologize for being a little late getting here. Trying to organize everything and pulling all the stuff together. Today we are going to make a Thai green curry. Very, very simple. I like to make it a little more complicated than generally the recipe calls for, but that's okay. It's not super complicated. You won't struggle it. So the basic ingredients of Thai red curry, if I said green, I meant red. You need the red curry paste. You need some sort of protein and a vegetable like red bell peppers. Normally the ingredient calls for heating up the curry paste, adding the coconut milk, bringing that to heat, putting the protein in and just letting it simmer in the coconut milk. I prefer to do it a little bit differently because I prefer to saute the meat and do it that way. So I'm going to start with a bit of oil. A little bit of oil, so just like maybe 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan. We're going to build on this, so just bear with me here. Figure out how to use my burner every time I forget. Okay, now I got it on. There we go. Okay, so I've got some garlic. I hope that if you're watching this live on school, that you are able to hear me. I only have one microphone, and I'll be honest with you, I've decided to use that to connect to my phone recording because I think that's going to be a better recording that I'll pop into school later for you guys to all watch. But I hope you can hear it okay. So we have garlic. I'm just going to chop that up. A handy dandy butcher block. And when I'm doing this with the induction burner, obviously, it's tough, right? Yeah, I can't stand at the kitchen with my facing a wall and cook from there and do any sort of service for you guys. So I have to do it with my induction burner. And because my induction burner is not under the hood, that means it doesn't necessarily get the fan doesn't work for it. So what I have set up is I have a fan over here, and that's blowing anything from here over to the stove, so it'll be caught by that. And it works pretty well. We have not had a problem with it yet. So I have a chicken breast here, and this is one big chicken breast. And in case you're wondering, if you've ever gone looking for chicken breasts and you see them at the grocery store, and this is for Canada, I should say, it's not necessarily anywhere else, but I know it's the way it works in Canada. When you go to the grocery store and you get these massive chicken breasts, and you can tell they've got kind of lines in them and they almost have a white color texture to them, that means that they are laying hens that are no longer able to lay eggs, so they have turned them into cheap chicken breasts. And that's exactly what you normally will see in a grocery store here, is if it's a big, huge chicken breast, bigger than normal, looks like disproportionately large, and it has that whitish color and the graininess. Then that's because it's a laying hen. And I bought these chicken breasts the other day, and I didn't even look at them. You know, I just bought a pack like I normally do from that store that I don't promote, you know, Costco, the one I shop at all the time. Anyways, I bought a package of chicken breasts, and I got them home and realized that they were the breasts from the laying hens. And Costco doesn't normally do that, so that's why I didn't even look at it. So I'm just cutting these up. I'm slicing the chicken thinly and putting it in the pot. I'm going to brown it, or in the pan, I'm going to saute it. I've got it at a low temperature because of the fan situation. You know, I don't want to make it really smoky in here, but also because patience is a virtue. So my friend Oliver, when he does his cooking classes in the wok, you want it hot, high heat, and that's because that's designed to be cooked that way. In this situation, I'm choosing to do it at a slightly lower temperature so that it can cook slowly and I can talk to you guys, not smoke the house out, and basically still get a really nice chicken dish. So let's keep going. I'm almost done with this. There we go. So what I did was I sliced each breast, and then I sliced the slice in half. So I kind of have long, thin strips for this. There's patience, and then I need to turn this up a little bit. So just let me wipe this. All right. So all right, my work surface is clean again. So I've got the chicken in here. I'm letting it start browning a little bit. So today we're going to do this, we're doing a red Thai chili. And if I'm doing an Indian chili or an Indian curry, then it's really kind of something that you can adapt and improvise and make your own, right? Sometimes I use coconut milk, sometimes I use tomatoes, sometimes I'll put lots of veggies, sometimes I put raisins in it. So I'll do an Indian curry another time, but that's when you get all the spices like garam masala and paprika and turmeric and cumin and all of those, coriander, all of those flavors when you're doing the Indian curry. So with the Thai curry, there's red curry paste and there's green curry paste. Green curry paste is sort of the one that you might want a fire extinguisher for when you finish eating it, which will be wonderful. Got rice cooking over there. And the red curry paste is a more mild, sort of a smoky, heady, really flavorful. It's still spicy, don't get me wrong, but it's not as spicy as the green. So what we're gonna do, I can't get my jar open. Whoop, there we go. So I've sauteed the chicken with the garlic a little bit. Now I'm gonna put, you know, like 2 or 3 tablespoons. And yes, I know I'm using a teaspoon. We'll call it a tablespoon, right? In the sauce, they're in the pan. And we're going to saute this just until the curry paste starts to look a little bit dry. So you're sort of getting the liquids out of it. But also, like you're doing, even when if you're doing an Indian curry with the spices, you want to bring the flavor out with the heat, right? And that's what the heat does, is it releases those flavors. So, and it's kind of oily. You can see the oil in the pan. It smells really good. All right, so we've got that. The curry paste, you can see the liquid has evaporated from the curry paste. Next, we're going to put in some coconut milk. And I mean, you can absolutely reduce this a step and just put the coconut milk and the curry paste in a pot and add the meat, and that's how a lot of people do it. I just like to saute it a little bit first. So we're gonna let that simmer away. I'm gonna cut up some red bell peppers, the color, and I'm just steaming some basmati rice with a little bit of chicken stock. And when I do it, I like to put a handful of frozen peas on the top, because I think that you know, the added, it doesn't hurt nutrition wise, doesn't alter the flavor a whole lot, but it really does make it colorful, right? So for this one, it's the red curry sauce. We're gonna have the red bell peppers, we'll have some peas in the rice, and it'll be fabulous. All right, so put those in. Enough. You don't need a lot. And we're going to let this reduce so that the sauce thickens and the curry flavor mingles in with all of it. You can see the oil from the curry paste sort of floats on the top a little bit, gives a little color. And now I can turn this up a bit. Probably not that high. And I'm going to put just a little squeeze of lime. A nice green lime. We'll squeeze a lime in here. This is just half a lime. I've squeezed the juice in. And about a tablespoon of this stuff, which is fish sauce. My brother told me, who lived in Asia for a long time, said, always buy the one with the squid on it because it means it has no squid. I don't know if that's true or not. But he told me that, and I believe him because he's my big brother. He'd never lie to me, right? All right, so we've got the flavors mingling. You can smell the coconut. It's really nice. And you know what? I meant to get some lime leaves, some kaffir lime leaves, and I forgot, so sorry about that. Curry leaves, I mean. Not lime leaves, curry leaves. All right, so let's get me a spoon so I can taste this. Oh, that's so good. It's so simple, but it's so good. So we're just gonna let this boil and reduce down a bit. And I think I will just put another little dollop of the curry paste in here. So it's not spicy. I'm more worried about the spice than anything else. You know, I don't want it to be blow your doors off spicy. I'd like it to be a little spicy, but I don't want to have a fire extinguisher at the end of it. So, but it's interesting because this is such a simple dish to make. And it's delicious, and it's got all the flavors of the coconut and the curry paste, the chicken, the garlic. Oh, darn. I meant to put some ginger in. I have some ginger. Boop. And, you know, for me, right or wrong, and I think it's right, for me, a curry is something that's adaptable, right? You can make it your own way. You can add what you want. If I want to add more vegetables than this, than just the peppers, I can do that. If I want to put ginger in, put garlic in, you don't have to add that because it's in the paste, but I think it just gives it another little dimension of flavor. The lime juice and the fish sauce are a wonderful addition because they really just elevate that flavor, because the tartness of the lime and the saltiness of the fish sauce just sort of brings a little extra flavor in there and tickles your taste buds and really brings out the subtleties of it. So let's try this again. Oh, this is going to be lovely. Billy's going to be so happy. Are you excited, Billy?
Oh, yeah.
He's so good. Whether he's excited or not really doesn't matter. He's going to say he is because he's a sweetheart. But this is a great meal to make for you and your sweetheart, just to enjoy something warm, the flavors, something easy. And you know, these cooking classes, I like to do them as a weeknight cooking class, right? Something that's going to take you no time. It can be done really quickly. And this red curry is the perfect epitome of that, right? You saw how quickly it came together. I added a couple steps that I didn't even need to add. I'm just reducing this now. The other thing about these curries is quite often they're a little bit soupy, and I like it soupy. My daughter Riley, if I make her a curry and I make it a little bit too thick, she goes, "Mom, where's the soup?" And I'm like, okay, right, I should. So, but these curries are a little bit soupy, and I love that because you have the rice in the bowl, you put the curry on top of it, and you really get that flavor and the moisture from the soupiness. And I think that's a great way to present the meal. And you know, I've said on numerous occasions, I could just skip the protein. Just give me a bowl of rice with the sauce on it. I'd be thrilled. But you gotta have the protein. It's good for you. All right. So that's reduced and it's nice and thick. So that's really all there is to it. You can see my handy dandy rice that I make. So normally what I do is I just make a pot of basmati rice with chicken stock. We call that yellow rice in our family. And I put when there's about 5 minutes left on the rice to cook, I put a handful of frozen peas on top. And then I stir them in. There's plenty of time for them to cook and get warm. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I can't imagine any of you don't know how to cook rice, but I have had people ask me how to cook rice before. So the Coles Notes Quick is 2 parts water to 1 part rice, or 2 parts chicken stock to 1 part rice. A half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of salt, depending on how much you're doing. Then I bring that water to a boil. I bring the water of the chicken stock to a boil. Then I pour the rice in. So in this case, I used 1 cup of stock, half a cup of rice. I put the rice in, I stir it, I turn it down to low, put the cover on, and come back in 20 minutes, and it's done. And this is for basmati rice. It works for Uncle Ben's rice. It works for jasmine rice. It works for any kind of rice. It's just a really easy method to cook rice. So 5 minutes before the 20 minutes was up, I added the peas. That's plenty. I'll get my spoon. My new spoon. Has everybody seen this? My new spoon from IKEA. I thought it was pretty cool. My soupy curry. There we go. And that is it. I can't even sleep because I got my glasses on. But there you go. I got 2 cameras going, so. Anyways, so that's it. Quick, easy, satisfying, delicious, and something that you can make on the fly any night of the week. All you need to have on hand is a little bit of coconut milk, a little bit of curry paste, and you can whip this together. You can do this, by the way, with chicken, with beef, with shrimp. I just find chicken's the easiest one to do it with, but really it's up to you. You can interpret it and do it in a variety of different ways.